Banana hammock.
Banana hammock. Great first
Hashtag
impression.
Popeyes is better than KFC.
Are you trying to get beat up now?
Well,
I'm just spitting facts here. All right.
yeah, totally. I don't know. Popeyes
Popeyes
has
is so
got
much
those
better than
biscuits.
KFC.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so
Welcome to the chat.
yeah, welcome to the
In case I need to
chat.
step away for a second, I will have a stand-in.
Word.
I love it.
Looks just like you.
You're standing.
All right, so this is going to be the Malevolent Onions video on the Avengers Doomsday trailer. I know two of us, or at least three of us in the chat have seen it, and one of us has been, lacking a little bit.
Hi, I'm lacking a little bit.
Let's say nobody in particular. Nobody in particular.
Yeah.
Keep talking your shit.
And he's
I'm
already
sorry.
pulling a knife. That's awesome. So for those of us who have seen it, let's go around and kind of get our initial thoughts. Adam, you want to start?
Disney is trying to cash in on nostalgia as hard as they possibly can to pull themselves out of the brink of destruction.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much agree with that thing.
They brought Robert Downey Jr. back. Yes.
But I will say this is also the first time I've actually been excited for a Marvel project in a long time. But it's because of nostalgia.
You're not excited for Spider-Man?
I don't know how I feel about Spider-Man. Because I liked No Way Home, but it was also kind of dumb.
Yeah. I mean, No Way Home is
That's a whole
fun.
nother
though.
discussion. It's a whole nother discussion for the Spider-Man movie that's coming out soon. That's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah. Sean, what was your first impression?
Well, I will first of all start by saying that I totally agree with Adam's statement. It is so nostalgic. And I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the trailer, I got excited already because I was like, I've been waiting for it, and I thought originally we were gonna get it about a month or two ago, but no. But watching the trailer, I'm not gonna lie, it looks good. It does look good. There are parts of the trailer that I do not like that I'm sure we'll get into when we get into the trailer itself. But there's some parts in it that I'm like, it's really gonna work, and then there's some parts in it that I think it's not gonna work. So I'm honestly mixed by it. I'm not saying the movie's gonna suck or anything. I really hope it don't, because I don't want us to have a crappy Avengers movie. But we'll see.
Yeah. This is funny. We're all having this discussion, and John's over here looking like the Shadow Man.
Well, let me turn on a light. So
It's the Nightman.
No creepypasta, yo.
Yeah. So,
That's a good light, bitch.
as far as my first impression, yeah, that's a lot better. As far as my first impression goes with the trailer, I enjoyed the trailer. There are some little nitpicks I have, but this is one of the two Marvel movies. This is the first year that Marvel has had two different movies that I've been excited for in a very long time.
The other one being
Spider-Man.
okay.
I'm super
I take it.
excited for Spider-Man because I'm a huge Punisher fan.
I'm a huge Hulk fan, so
Yeah. But yeah, since you didn't watch the trailer, you want to just give us kind of your expectations for the movie?
That's a hard one, just because I'm excited. I'm excited for the nostalgia of it all. I am, and finally breaking the multiversal stuff. It opens up, bringing the original Blade back. It opens up all new characters, all new actors that can play the same characters and maybe do a better job than what they're used to. But that's such a delicate thing. It's kind of like when they brought out Loki. I have mixed feelings about Loki. I really do. It's a good TV show, but I never really finished the second season of it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of afraid of a repeat of that because they built it up so much to get to Thanos, and we spent 20 movies building up to Thanos, and now we get 2 movies.
Jump scare. I really wish I got all that recorded, but I didn't. All right. So what was that last thing that John said? I got distracted by being terrified of my wife.
Good distracted or bad distracted?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep the camera up like this so you can't. No.
I was concerned that they're trying to rush this so much that they're going to end up like Loki, the TV series, where to me personally, it just kind of feels unfinished.
Yeah.
It's a good storyline. Just didn't really feel like it did him justice.
Yeah, and that's another thing. With the build up to this movie is nothing like the build up to Infinity War and Endgame. Whereas you had like 10 plus years of movies to build off of before Infinity War and Endgame kind of came out and actually stuck the landing, which you never really see with big series like that. And this movie, the buildup has been a bunch of movies that have not been great. They've been kind of disjointed. You were originally setting up Kang the Conqueror to be the next Avengers bad guy, and now suddenly it's Doctor Doom. And don't get me wrong, it's because Jonathan Majors had some personal issues. Yeah, so that's where we're at. That's what they had to do. I don't blame them for doing it or shifting it, given what they had to work with, but it could have been written a lot better.
If they had been able to keep with Kang, it still would have been rushed.
Oh yeah, definitely. They were. It's like.
Hayden, go ahead.
It's like that quote from Jurassic Park where they were like the Jeff Goldblum one.
Life finds a way.
No, they're like.
I know what you're talking about.
Made it, you packaged it, and you sold it, and before you even knew if you should do it or not, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
What you had, you packaged it, and you slapped it on one book, and now you're selling it.
You're so preoccupied with whether you could that you didn't think about whether you should. Yeah. So I think that goes like with a lot of the stuff they released, and there's a huge drop in quality, particularly with the CGI. The CGI started getting worse and worse. Now it wasn't quite Sharknado bad, but like it was. You could definitely tell.
Almost kind of feels like Project now used to work at DC when DC was trying to rescue Justice.
Possibly.
Because they got James Gunn right now on the new Superman.
Yeah.
They did. I've already got rid of him.
No, he's still there. He's directing of Man of Tomorrow right now.
I'm not gonna lie with this. Definitely, I can agree with the CGI thing because I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would say this, but in my opinion, Avengers Endgame was the last good MCU movie, in my opinion, except with the exception of Captain America: Brave New World. Because I'm not gonna lie, I like it for a few other reasons than other people do. Okay,
that's definitely an opinion.
They got TV shows in there too. You got all the movies, but they're also trying to build on TV shows too. And I guess they're trying to. It almost feels like they're trying to cram TV shows down our throats.
Yeah, no, they figured out the Disney Plus stuff was a problem though. It took them a few years. As far as Captain America: Brave New World goes, though, the problem I have with that movie is that it's a Hulk movie without the Hulk.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the only reason I like it is because they paid respect to the 2008 Hulk movie. I'm not gonna lie, which very underrated opinion, but that's my favorite MCU movie is Incredible Hulk. I just have to come out and say that.
Well, I mean, you're a huge Hulk fan.
No.
So.
And Edward Norton did pretty good.
Yeah,
Edward Norton was amazing.
He did all right.
I didn't know we were talking about Norton or Eric Bana when they did Hulk.
Hulk, from 2003.
Yeah, but that one's not.
I'm gonna say this Hulk was the one where he fights the giant mutant poodle, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then the Incredible Hulk's where he fights Abomination by Tim
Yeah.
Roth.
Supposedly in Secret Wars, they're going to be bringing like a bunch of these nostalgic characters back, and I would love to see Eric Bana show up as like Maestro Hulk. I think that could be cool.
I would agree with that.
But they're
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because because I have the Doomsday cast listed up here, and what's funny, when we get into the trailer itself, like you see a lot of people who weren't even in the trailer yet, show up, that are on the roster to join. Like you got, Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange, Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, and even Tom Holland, Spider-Man that have yet to pop up in the trailer, but they are supposed to be in the damn movie.
I don't know if Tom Holland's has filmed any scenes yet. He'd probably have to film them during reshoots.
I was something weird about it.
Yeah, he was shooting Brand New Day and The Odyssey.
It's weird also because Mark Ruffalo is not in the movie yet either. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
But it might be the same thing with the Brave New Day stuff, in my opinion. That might be it.
Yeah, they might be just trying to let that movie come out before they reveal anything. But then again, I've heard rumors that Tobey Maguire is supposed to be like the main Spider-Man in this movie. But that being said, I've also heard rumors that he dies in the first 10 minutes of this movie. So
it's the case, and they're doing that just for shock value. I don't think they would actually do that to be like, oh, here's part of the story. And I highly doubt they would do that.
And this is another problem I kind of have with this movie is that just about everyone is going to die. Kind of like Infinity War, and they're going to bring everybody back for Secret Wars. And, everyone, you already kind of know that that's going to happen. And they're setting up to reboot the MCU. That's what they're doing. It's just going to be like one last hurrah. And to be honest, it's going to make you feel like there's not really any stakes in the movie.
That's what I think made the first half of the MCU so special. Is because from Iron Man 1 up to Endgame, the only shows that were really around when that was happening was, obviously Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I guess if you really want to go into it, What If was part of it too. But, that I guess was just saying other parts about it.
What If came out around the same time as, I think Endgame. Yeah.
Oh, What If came out around the same time as Loki.
I think so, yeah, which was post-Endgame. The show. Yeah, I have my thoughts on
it. John's right. It came out in 2021. So yeah, after Endgame.
Yeah. The main shows that I liked from Marvel in like that era were Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., of course, and the Daredevil Defenders universe, which were supposed to be like MCU, but not really MCU at the time. Yes.
This one.
Yes, and Daredevil's like they're still making Daredevil seasons. They just started like Born Again, and Born Again season 1 was great.
Born Again is just a whole new series.
They just did season 2 this past year, and yeah, they're filming season 3.
I just think that, in my opinion, like I was saying earlier, like with Iron Man leading up to Endgame, they focused on the movies and the movies only. They didn't have so much other stuff they had to tackle to bring it together. And, like even then, a big thing with the MCU is, you always know to stay until the credits are finished because then, that'll tie into something later on. Or if you pay attention closely to something that somebody says or that happens, it's going to lead into that big finale. Because I was talking to Caden about this earlier, is the fact that, like, from Iron Man 1 up to the Avengers, it was important. From everything Iron Man 3 to Age of Ultron was significant. Like, you go through these movies and you lead up to that big Avengers movie with the big bad. And, it's just like, I think from after Endgame upward to where we are now,
there's been no setup.
They're trying to bring in all these TV shows together, bring in all these other things, and like there's just the dip in quality. And I also think that's just part of because the writers are not doing. They're having to tackle in all this stuff in too short of a runtime.
Well, the MCU got so big that they got to the point to where it's like, well, we can just throw shit at a wall and people pay to see it.
Yeah.
Nothing in the MCU has made $1 billion in a while either. Like the last $1 billion project I want to say that came out was
No
the
Way
last
Home.
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it was No Way Home. The next Spider-Man will, and this next Avengers movie will, and
it's a break a point.
They're re-releasing Endgame right before they release Doomsday because Doomsday is supposed to be a direct follow-up.
Is anybody going to go try to see the re-release of Endgame? Because I know I am.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. They've added a bunch of scenes. Yeah, we might have to all get together and go do that. I would love for them to do an Infinity War Endgame Doomsday back to back to back thing. I would actually go watch that.
I mean, they
It's
used
supposed to be doing something like that.
like when the first Avengers came out, they
Mhm.
would do Iron Man through the Avengers at the Cinemark. When the second
Yeah,
Avengers
Yeah, they
came out,
did do that.
movies from start to finish. And I think they would do
Yeah,
the same thing with Infinity War and Endgame.
yeah.
But
that was
Twitter were so good on it. If you stayed for the entire 3, 4, 5 days worth of movies, you got a little coin.
Well, that's if they don't kick you out for the bathroom bucket you got going.
Your sound dropped a lot. I think that's my fault. Actually, my phone's dying.
It's free real estate.
It's free rose. I heard that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because my phone's
trying.
So with all that being said, did the trailer did it make you excited for the movie? For the two of you who watched it,
It did. I'm actually very interested in watching the movie because of the trailer. But like I said, it feels like it's because of nostalgia. Because I don't know if we want to actually go through like what they reveal and some of the things they reveal in the trailer.
oh, we can go right ahead. If they haven't seen the trailer yet, then why are they here?
No. So we obviously knew Robert Downey Jr. was coming back.
Mhm.
But apparently they got Chris Evans again. So Captain America's coming back.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm.
he's in the trailer too.
I heard about that too.
Which is like, okay, there's a reason why in Endgame a bunch of grown men screamed like little girls when Captain America grabbed Mjolnir. And it doesn't feel the same when he just kind of goes up and grabs it out of Thor's hands.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
interested to see the context of that scene because if you pay close attention to the trailer, there's a cut right in the middle where Thor's talking and he's like giving the hammer off. So I wonder if maybe the scene has been cut differently to where like they're about to go do something, Thor's actually handing him the hammer and he takes it because I don't think he just takes it upon seeing him. You know.
I think I'd see that, but I honestly, after watching that, my first thought was it was one of those Marvel things where the trailer doesn't actually show what's in the movie, and I'm fairly certain that reaction that Thor is saying as that happens, I think he's talking to Doomsday as Stark.
I think so too. Yes.
Look like he's talking to Captain America. That's
Yeah.
what
No, but I am super excited to see Chris Evans back because Chris Evans was, I mean, obviously the best Captain America, hands down, and Captain America is one of my favorites.
in movies.
Yeah, no, those damn onions, man, I hate onions. Yeah, random onions, malevolent onions, big titty onions.
What?
You know, onions have layers, right?
Like all gunners.
I mean, leading it.
Yeah.
I must admit that my excitement for the movie is literally split right down the middle because on one hand, I'm like, of course, it's a big MCU movie. Every Avengers movie I always get excited for. But the reason that I will say this, being brutally honest, out of any Avengers movie that has come out, because obviously we've had 4 up till now, Avengers Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame. I will say that out of all of them, this one is the one that has made me the least excited. And I think that's just due to the fact that, like Adam said, it's for nostalgia. And 2, I mean, the Avengers are like what you saw in the first film, like that is the main Avengers team that is in the comics. Like that is your main Avengers lineup that you have. And the fact that we don't even have like half of them in this one, it's just like, it feels like I'm watching an entire different situation. And even then, I kind of feel like calling it an Avengers movie is a bit of a step considering now that you have the Fantastic Four and the X-Men into the fold now. So I'm 50-50. I hope it's good, but like everyone else, we'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we keep reiterating the same point. Like there's a huge dip in quality between Avengers 4 and this next one that's coming out, and I'm cautiously optimistic though, just because they brought the Russo brothers back to direct, and the Russo brothers did the Winter Soldier, they did Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame.
It gives me hope. It does give me hope that the Russo brothers can make another great Avengers movie. Because even then, Civil War, if we go there, I mean that felt like an Avengers movie more than a Captain America movie, in my opinion, anyway.
That
'cause, you know,
should
you had a
have been an
lot there.
Avengers movie.
Yeah, and so I mean the quality from that movie, the quality in Infinity War, and I mean obviously Endgame, because I mean it broke box office records when it came out. You know, I'm hoping that we can see something similar, but do I think it's going to reach the same level as the other ones? Like, is it going to make that kind of money that Endgame brought in? Absolutely not, in my opinion. I don't think it will.
I think it's
But,
definitely going to do
you
$1 billion.
It's going to break $1 billion for sure, because it's obviously an Avengers movie. Every Avengers movie has broken $1 billion up to this point. And obviously, Endgame made $2 billion. But you know, we'll see if I hope it is going to be fine. Like I said, we'll see, because Russo Brothers did really good with the other ones. We'll see what they do with this one.
Did you say the Rooster Brothers?
I think I did. Did I? If I did, then I mean the Russo
We're
Brothers.
thinking about Rooster Teeth over here. Red versus blue. Why are we here?
No, they're directing the wrong movie. No, I mean, I think that they'll do good, hopefully, with this. But like I said, the trailer, kind of skeptical. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, like I said, I liked the trailer. It did make me excited for the movie. My biggest gripe with it is some of the CGI looks slightly unfinished. Like the scene where Thor is trying to attack Doom, you see the lightning in his eyes looks like a filter.
I was gonna say, it's like that's another thing too. Is like I said, the CGI is unfinished, but part of me is really praying that. Part of me thinks that that is what it's going to look like, which I mean, pray to God it's not, because we're about what is it, July? We're about 5 months to release. So I mean, you know, I'm hoping that they're still editing this movie right up to the last minute, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look good. And even then, with the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War trailers, like especially the Endgame trailer, because if y'all don't remember, when they released the Endgame trailer, it was just called Avengers trailer. It wasn't called Avengers Endgame until like I think the weekend after the trailer came out. And I mean, you obviously saw how great that trailer looked. I mean,
I remember when the trailer came out, they did the title reveal as Avengers Endgame. I remember they released some images and didn't have the name for it yet. They had the Iron Man helmet image, but when they released the trailer, that was like the big title reveal was on the trailer.
yeah, like I'm talking about like the title of the video itself before you clicked on it. Like it just said Avengers trailer, and it wasn't until you had to watch it to find out what it was called. Which I mean, you know, I remember how many titles were being announced for it, and I don't know if any of y'all heard of this, but one of the titles that I know was brought up for it was it was called Avengers Annihilation, Avengers Legacy, and then sure enough, Avengers Endgame was a top one, and sure enough, that's what it wound up being.
They
with this one. It was with it was weird with the titles for that. But I wish with Avengers Doomsday they would have kind of done a similar thing where people could guess for a little bit before we figured it out.
I actually have a weird fact about the Avengers Endgame title is I'm pretty sure that Zoe Saldana accidentally revealed what the movie was originally supposed to be called, and it was Infinity Gauntlet. Because they're assembling the Gauntlet in that movie, and she'd mentioned in an interview like, "Oh yeah, we're going back to film Gauntlet later this year." Whenever they're doing back-to-back stuff, and because she did that, they had to switch the title.
So did Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo did the same thing. He said that originally the trailer, because somebody actually went in there and uncensored what he said, and he said it was called The Last Avenger, which obviously, first of all, just random opinion, but I want to throw out that I think if any name would be more stupid, it would be that. But I know Mark Ruffalo's gotten in a lot of hot water because he tends to spoil stuff. Like I think he spoiled Infinity War shortly before its release. I'm not mistaken. I think it was
it's hard to spoil that movie because everyone knew what was going to happen.
And I think it's the same thing here, because the thing is, Secret Wars is coming out in about a year or two after this. So I'm like, I like you said earlier, I think it's going to be like another Infinity War Endgame repeat, and I don't think they can recreate what they did in 2018 and 2019 now.
No.
That's like rebooting the entire Avengers Infinity War Endgame all over again with new characters, old characters. It's like a requel, in my opinion, what they're doing with this. They're rebooting, but it's also bringing back legacy characters.
Well, they're saying it's going to be a straight up follow up to Endgame. Which, it's going to be more about like actions and consequences because from what I've heard, there's going to be some consequences for Steve Rogers going back in time.
I did hear that. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
Which makes sense, really. I'm sorry if I got real quiet. I decided to go ahead and watch the Doomsday trailer. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's jumbled. It feels slapped together at the last minute.
Well, what's funny is they've been sitting on this trailer for like 2 months. Yeah,
I seen Adam's point about. I think it was Adam's point about the hammer. It feels like that's just Thor testing whether that's really Cap or not.
Yeah.
Is it really Cap? If it's you, you'll take this out of my hand by holding your hand out.
I think it's a misdirect. I don't think he's actually doing that. Like Adam said, I think he's talking to Doom.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a twist. A twist for sure.
A whole bunch of shit crammed in there that.
I'm trying to identify the stuff on that shelf behind Adam.
Being with a child all day means all of the adult things need to be done after they go to bed. So
yeah.
I was going to say, did you notice in the trailer how I think it's the Thing, the rock guy from Fantastic Four? He almost has that floaty, bouncy texture that a lot of AI videos do.
I did not notice that.
I did that. I did notice it.
Like, I know we've mentioned the unfinished CGI a number of times, but that was one of the main ones that popped out to me.
I think a question to throw out to the crew, and just curious, you guys. It's when Endgame came out, AI wasn't a big thing in the mainstream. But I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but in recent some movies have used AI for their films here lately. I'm kind of curious to see. Do y'all think that the MCU would totally do anything with AI in the movie?
I think everyone's going to be using it eventually. I think
if only to like set up how they want the actors to do it at the very least.
Yeah,
I can some of the bigger scenes it just do it.
I think AI is inevitable when it comes to stuff like that. I really do. Like Thanos with the fucking Infinity Stones. It's coming, and there's not much people can do to stop it.
Yeah, and I mean, the main tease that Thanos had that he was going to be the big. I mean, because in reality, Thanos was teased as the big bad since the first Avengers movie. But then, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 where he grabs the gauntlet. And then, that sets up to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. I think it was an end credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Was it Guardians 2 or was it Guardians 1?
I think it was Guardians 2.
Because, was it Age of Ultron where he shows up, grabs his gauntlet, and it's like, fine, I'll do it myself?
I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I think it was Age of Ultron. Let me look.
Yeah, somebody confirm that real quick, because I want to say it's Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
What are we going to bet? Who's going to win what?
I think it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Age of Ultron features only one extra scene. It appears midway through the credits. It shows Thanos opening a storage vault, retrieving a golden Infinity Gauntlet, and declaring, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Is it fact?
Which is hilarious to me because he's like, "Fine, I'll do it myself," and then he sends the Black Guard to do it, or Black Order to do it.
I was gonna say that is so funny. That is really funny.
It reminds me of it.
Power Stone and the Space Stone by himself.
Yeah, he did have the Power Stone already. I think he already had the Power Stone at the beginning of the movie, and then obviously got the oh my god, I know my stones.
The Space Stone.
Well, okay, in the comics, I don't think it's called the Space Stone. It's a different one, but for the MCU, yes, it is the Space Stone because it's the one they use to travel around. It's part of the Tesseract.
Yeah. Because he crushes the Tesseract in his hands.
went destroyed the Nova Corps to get the power. Then he went and got the Travel One from them, and then from there, what did he do? He for reality. Did he go for the reality stone? Red one.
Yeah, because he took the reality stone whenever he took Gamora, and then he tossed Gamora off of a cliff and got the Soul Stone.
Oh, that's right. Then he took the time when he went to Titan, and from there back to Earth to get the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought someone was drinking someone in the... God damn it, John. Okay, I see how it is.
Whoops.
That was a good one, Sean. I liked it.
Thank you, guys.
But yeah, so does anyone want to give their final thoughts on like Doomsday and stuff before we move into another topic?
I just want to say that, you know, like we said earlier, everything leading up to Endgame felt worth it. Everything leading up to this, it was terrible. I mean, this doesn't feel like a really good hyping build up to Doctor Doom, because there's not much of anything with Doctor Doom at all in this phase of the MCU.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been building it up. Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same as when Endgame and Infinity War happened, because, I mean, granted, you knew it was going to happen going into it anyway. I mean, you already had a clue, but the way that it was set up and built up, I mean, there's a reason why, you know, some of the scenes made you laugh, made you cry, or, you know, I mean, let's be realistic. Infinity War and Endgame, that was where theaters were cheering their ass off. You know, the theaters were cheering with these scenes, and, you know, I haven't seen that since in Endgame. Like, there's been no Marvel movie that has made crowds go, oh shit, or wow, or oh cool. Like, I mean, there's a few shock parts to it, but not like what I've seen since 2019.
The MCU, when it was building up to Infinity War and Endgame, it was more than like a series of movies to a lot of people. It was like a cinematic event, you know, and that was the whole thing about it. Like, it was an event. The build up to that, everything, you know, it was people's entire childhoods went into that stuff. So yeah, you're never going to be able to match that kind of just tenacity for one, and
without a heck of a lot of work and build up.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah. On top of that, you know,
phase 1, 2, and 3 were so planned and structured. They were able to just follow a blueprint. They have no blueprint now, and that's why it's all like jumbled up everywhere, like that trailer. The scenes in that they had finished. Okay, we're good.
We'll say that with, you know, Endgame as well. Like, you know, the numbers that it projected back from it, you know, I don't think we're not gonna see those numbers with this. I mean, you know, I have it pulled up right here. You know, Endgame grossed over $858 million in the United States and Canada, and it grossed almost $2 billion in its first 3 days. And it could have, if it was released just a little bit longer, it had a little bit of a longer run through in theaters, it could have broke $3 billion, because it made $2.799 billion.
I will say, we were talking about post in-game MCU movies that we really did like. We forgot to mention one, even though technically you don't have to say it's an MCU movie because the characters weren't technically in the MCU yet, and that's Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, me and Adam went and saw that with our wives. Yeah, I don't think I've ever spent that much money on a movie before, because we spent so much money on snacks.
That movie was fun.
That movie was hilarious. All right, so I'm gonna end the. Adam, you have anything you want to add? You're awfully quiet down there for a little bit before we stop the in-game or Doomsday discussion.
I don't even remember the last Marvel movie that came out, so I don't even know.
All right.
So, is it that new Avengers movie with
Oh yeah, that movie wasn't bad actually. That movie was pretty good.
Mine got
Thunderbolts. I didn't see it until like it went on Disney Plus because I didn't care by that point. But
Yeah, it's on my list of movies to watch.
Another thing is a lot of the movies end up on a lot of MCU is ending up on Disney Plus anyways. So nobody's watching the theaters.
yeah,
Wait for it to come on Disney Plus in like 3-4 months anyway. Why am I going to spend the money on it?
Where I live, there's not a whole lot to do, so people do go to the movie theaters here.
he's coming back to our area soon. Maybe, I don't know. So that is the end of our discussion about the Avengers Doomsday trailer. Please remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and we will see you in the next discussion. Y'all have a good one.